Good morning everyone, welcome my fellow artisans. It's a little short video today about why I do not fit Rolec electric vehicle charging points anymore, because I'm just about to do another repair, warranty repair, on a Rolec charger that I fitted 2.5 years ago, and the RCD's burnt out basically. So the customer called me up and said our electric vehicle charger keeps tripping and now it won't work at all. And this is actually the first ever EV charger that I fitted, believe it or not. It was 2.5 years ago. I only fitted a few Rolecs back in the day when basically there were only Rolec available, and I've had nothing but problems with them, not only with my own installs but also with other people's installs that I've been called out to repair. So just in terms of quality, Rolec has been pretty shocking, but you know, they're so cheap, what do you expect, I guess. So I don't fit Rolec anymore. I'm going to show you the problem with the Rolec, and this is not a one-off. I've had several of these exact same problems happening with these RCDs, so I just want to show you what it is. And yeah, if you enjoy my videos, as always, if you find them interesting or valuable, don't forget to please hit the thumbs up button. It pays me back for all the hard work I do putting these videos out. And if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, then you'll get notified when I post for future video, because I do post here regularly. Let's get into it. So here we are at my first ever electric vehicle charging point installation from about 2.5 years ago. And I was very conscientious. I did all the things I was supposed to do according to the current regs, which was like earth electrode went in, armoured cable, clip direct, no RCD protection on the cable, but it's got a built-in type A RCD in here. But there was this tap thing which was tricky, because it was possible to get simultaneous contact between the TT earthing system for the charger and the house TNCS earthing system. So what I did behind that wall behind there, I put an insulating piece in the pipe to avoid any possible simultaneous contact between two earthing systems. So I did everything by the book, and I took my NIC inspector out here to look at it as well, and he was happy with it. But now this RCD has just failed, and I'll show you what's happened to it and why I'm not really happy with Rolec stuff anymore, so I don't really fit them anymore. So I'll get the cover off and show you what's what. So this is the Rolec RCD, and you can see straight away what's happened. It's burnt out on the side here. So this is a common fault that I found with more than one of them, unfortunately. Looks like the wires have got a little bit hot there as well. So I'm just going to replace the RCD. I've got a new one. Here we go. But it's not great, to be honest. It shouldn't happen. So what we did with this original install, we took the armoured gland in with a compression, gland taped up so that there's no access to the sheath of the armoured cable, because it is earthed back at the consumer unit from the TNCS system. And this is the internal CPC of the armoured, which again we've kept separate, so that there's no way that you can touch the TNCS earthing at the same time as the TT earthing, because this is a 10mm earth that comes from this earth electrode, and the charging point has got its own earth electrode with its own TT earth system. So that was like back in the day before we had the pen fault detection and stuff like that. This was kind of the only way of doing it, really, if you had a PME system. And it's amazing how much technology has advanced in just 2.5 years, really. But it's nice to see this, you know, just to have a look back and see how things have changed, really. So I'm just going to put this new RCD in. I've ferruled up these wires now as well, because 2.5 years ago I wasn't using ferrules as much as I do now, but I think it's a good idea to put ferrules on, so I've just done that as well. And then I'm going to just fit this new RCD now. Alright, so that's the new RCD in. I've torqued these up to the correct torque settings as well, so all the connections are done nice and tight. And I've just been over all the other connections as well, just to make sure that they're all nice and tight too. So ready to go. So I'm just going to get it livened up and do the RCD tests, and then we should all be up and running again for the customer. Right, so I've livened it up at the board, RCD's turned on here, and the blue light shows it's in standby mode at the moment. So what we do with this Rolec charge check unit is we just press that and it activates the contactor inside. We can see the green light says it's charging. We've got 3 orange lights which shows that the polarity is correct. And then here on my tester I've got voltage. So that's all good, and what I can do is just do the auto RCD test just to check that the RCD is functioning correctly. So at half times the rated current it shouldn't trip, and then we should see 1 times it's tripped with 14.8. With these Rolec units you have to push them down and then push them up, which is something that catches a lot of people out because they try and push it up and it doesn't reset. There we go. So if you try and just push it up like that, it just doesn't reset. You have to push it down to the bottom and then back up. So if you're ever fault finding over the phone with someone and they can't reset their RCD, tell them to push it all the way down first and then push it up. There we go. So that RCD is all good now, and the customer's charging point is working properly again. So it's easy to fix, but as you can see, this RCD is completely burnt out. And I think this is a job for Big Clive, actually. I think I'll send it over to Big Clive. Everyone always tells me when I find stuff like this, send it to Big Clive. So this one's going to go over to Big Clive and he'll do a teardown and see if he can tell us what exactly went wrong with it, because I'd be quite intrigued to know about that. So while we're here, what we'll do as well is just do an earth loop impedance test, just to make sure that we've got a good reading with our earth electrode still. We've got 44 ohms on that, so that's fine, absolutely fine, so that's good. What I'm going to do as a final thing is I'm just going to give it a little bit of a clean for the customer, just to get it looking fresh, because it's a little bit dirty from the weather, and then they'll be all good for a lot of more time, hopefully. So what I'd like to do is just with a big wipe, just go in there and just get rid of this muck. It's easy enough to clean off. It just makes it look a bit nicer. Just builds up from the rain, I think. There we go, so that's all good. Customer's happy. We've just plugged in the vehicle as well, just to make sure that the vehicle's working properly, and it's fine, it's all charging good now. So it was just this horrible burnt out RCD, huh? So Big Clive, if you're listening, which you're probably not, I'm going to send this over to you, and I would love if you can make a teardown video about it and we can see what happened with this. I'm quite intrigued. But interesting to revisit my original EV charger, my first ever EV charging installation really, because it just shows how much things have changed in terms of technology and regulations. So, you know, now, I mean, if I was revisiting this job from scratch, I'd be fitting a Zappy basically, because pen fault detection, no earth electrode needed. I wouldn't have had to put that insulating piece in the pipe, which was a bit of a faff, to be honest, because I had to, you know, turn off the main water and get a pipe cutter. I did it all myself. I had a plumber friend who I asked about it, and he was like, oh, you can do it yourself, it's really easy. So I did, and it was fine. But it was all a big learning curve at the time, you know, and I was really, really careful and conscientious about this job because it was my first one. I wanted to get it absolutely spot on. And it's nice to see that actually, apart from that RCD, everything's still working really well. We've actually changed the consumer unit here since as well, so we've got it on a proper Hager consumer unit now. So that's a bit nicer for the customer, because it was an old Wilex board originally with the NM circuit breakers, the Wilex NM ones. So a lot of we've redone the bathroom in this place recently, and a lot of the circuits, like the bathroom circuits, didn't have RCD protection. But yeah, Rolec for me, sorry, it's a no-go now. It's just, there've been so many quality issues, and they are real cheap and cheerful, shall we say. And the interesting thing is about Rolec, you see, Rolec have been around for years, and they've been making normal outside stuff, like outside sockets, you know, caravan pitch boxes and marine stuff, you know. So they know what they're doing with regards to building outdoor products, but it's another level building EV chargers, the technology and stuff that goes into them. And when you see, like when you take a Rolec unit apart, like a Rolec smart charge unit, side by side with a Zappi, you can just see that like My Energy are a startup who've built it from the ground up in the right way, whereas Rolec have kind of tried to take their existing infrastructure and turn it into an electric vehicle charger, and it's just never as efficient to do it that way. It's a bit like this whole thing with actual vehicle manufacturers, you know. Tesla are way ahead of the game because they've built an EV from the ground up, whereas all the legacy automakers, as they call them, the old, you know, GM, Ford and all that, what they're trying to do is basically work with their existing vehicle platform and turn it into an electric vehicle, and it always ends up just being more clunky and less efficient, and lots of wastage if you do stuff that way. So building a new product from the ground up is really the way forward, and that's why companies like My Energy with the Zappi and Artisan with the A2, who've built you know, a startup company, and they're building EV chargers, that's all they're doing. They are creating products that are far superior to things like the Rolec units that are out there. And yeah, they cost a bit more, but you know what, it's worth it. I mean, this customer, she was panicking a bit because she couldn't charge her car, and you know, that means she couldn't get to work if it wasn't charged up. So people were relying on these things, and they need to be good quality and reliable because it can create huge problems if they're not. And it's for that reason that I just refuse to install Rolecs now. I did, you know, back in the day, I did a few of them. You can see them on my channel, but I refuse to install them now. If a customer asks, I just say, sorry, we don't install Rolec. We recommend, and I make some suggestions for other products. So if you found this video interesting, smash a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.